welcome to the 2013 Hall of Fame induction ceremony for the University of Indianapolis. Our next inductee is Brian Evans. Brian graduated from the University of Indianapolis in 1997 and lettered in track and field 5 times while redshirting for 1 indoor season. During his time as a Greyhound, Evans was a 6-time national qualifier and a 5-time NCAA All-American, broke many school and conference records, and became the NCAA national champion in the discus in 1995. Brian also was named Little State MVP and the Dr. Brooker Outstanding Male Athlete in 1996. He was employed as a computer graphic artist in Richland, Michigan, where he designed websites and flash animation. Brian also owned his own freelance graphic design agency, in which much of his work was pro bono for local not-for-profit organizations. Congratulations to Brian Evans, a 2013 University of Indianapolis Hall of Fame inductee. Here to accept Brian's award is his father, Edgar Evans.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, but it's also sad because of Brian's passing. There's many things I can tell you about Brian. When he was born, he was a perfect child. He was a good child, but the first time we saw his athletic ability was when his older brother, Ed, was in the Cub Scouts. And Brian wasn't even old enough to be in the Cub Scouts, but they had an athletic competition, and they allowed Brian to compete. And he won every event. And so at that point I said, wow, I didn't think he'd be that kind of an athlete. And he was. And then when he went to high school, the senior discus thrower was a very, very good discus thrower. And at the first meet in his high school as a freshman, he beat their premier discus thrower. And he was outstanding in the discus in high school. Then he went on to the University of Indianapolis, which he absolutely loved coming here and coach England, and he just loved coaching England. He really did, and always talked about it. And he got the training and coaching that he needed, from Coach England. And on his very first track meet, his very first throw for the University of Indianapolis, he broke the freshman school record. And he also qualified for the Nationals. And then he went on to many other accomplishments. But I think one of the most interesting things he did was during Little State, when the University of Indianapolis he competed in 4 events. The 3 primary events where he placed first in a hammer, first in the discus, and second in the shot put. And at the end of the meet, the University of Indianapolis was losing by a couple of points. And Brian had never ever thrown a javelin. And they were running out of events to compete in, so he ran over, he picked up a javelin, he'd never thrown it before, standing at the line without doing the run-up, he threw the javelin and placed 3rd. And the university came in first in that meet. So I thought that was quite an accomplishment. And unfortunately, because of a back injury, he could not compete his senior year, although he qualified to go to the Nationals his senior year. He couldn't compete because of a back injury. And it's been an honor to come here again. It's a little bit sad because Brian should be here instead of myself. And I'd like to introduce his daughters. Claire, she's hiding over there by my wife, and Emily. She's the next athlete in the family. Anyway, thank you very much for the honor.